How's it going, amigos? How you doing, Chief? So I'm on a new medication. I don't know if you've been following me religiously to the T, but I was on haloperidol, which is the generic version for Haldol. And I was having paranoid attacks once a week. I would get very paranoid, not something I could talk about with a friend that could talk me over it. It was a feeling of dread and just fear. So I knew I had to go to the ward and get on a new medication and be in a safe place that if that paranoia attack should happen again, it would prevent me from assassinating my fellow human beings. My God, it made me want to stab myself with scissors. I had to hide them under the pool table over there just so I wouldn't stab myself and unalive myself. I was thinking about ripping my own eyeballs out and busting my teeth out. My God, these attacks of paranoia were a great deal scary to me and to possibly others who I didn't tell anybody about them. I kept it to myself except for my online friends. I would type can't talk right now, too paranoid, and they knew. They knew that I meant serious business. They even one friend asked me why. I said, dude, I'm a schizophrenic. It's part of the illness. Paranoid schizophrenic, you gotta assume at some point they're gonna get paranoid. So anyway, I went to the ward and they changed my medication to Olanzapine, which is the generic form of Zyprexa. And there's a lot of negative reviews about Zyprexa on drugs.com. People gaining weight, I mean, that is, one guy gained over 100 pounds, I believe, and he said he ate the same amount of food. I call BS on that. But I noticed in the second week of being on this, it did make me a little bit hungrier in the evening, but I did not eat. I said to myself, listen, you ate 3 meals in the ward and put on weight because, you're used to eating 1 meal a day, 1,200 to 1,300 calories in that 1 meal. That's enough food for me. I was eating 3 meals a day in the ward, and I had a size 32 waist jeans that were falling off my body that needed and required a belt. And once I got out of the ward, they were tight-fitting. Not too tight-fitting, but I did not require the use of a belt anymore. So yeah, 3 meals a day made me gain. It had nothing to do with the Zyprexa olanzapine. It just was me eating more than I normally would, and the calorie count was too high. 1 meal a day. That's what I need. That's all I need. So yeah, I found that the Zyprexa olanzapine has opened up my mind. If you've been paying attention to me, I've been making live streams more regularly, on a more regular basis, because I was doing it once a week, every Tuesday, and now today is Wednesday. I did one yesterday on Tuesday. I did one the prior Saturday. I did one tonight, which is Wednesday. That's 3 close together. My God, I've been listening to Linkin Park, Chester Bennington being the lead singer, not the new version with the chick singer, and been rocking out and chatting up a storm with my friends on Facebook Messenger. It's making me more social. That's what I'm trying to say here. It's making me reach out to people when I normally wouldn't. I would normally keep to myself and watch shows on Netflix or watch videos on YouTube. But I've been being more social on the internet, not in real life, except for when I was in the ward. There was a nursing student, a girl in her early 20s. Don't get any ideas. She could be young enough to be my daughter. I'm not going after younger girls. But just talking to her, I felt like an extrovert would feel. I felt a surge of energy. I felt like I could be myself, like on my YouTube channel. It was indeed McHenry Cruiser she was talking to. So yeah, and she liked me a great deal. I told her about my Hollywood sign tattoo. I don't know if you could see it right there, and how when I went psychotic, I turned on the TV and various news anchors and actors were talking shizzle about me, and so I drove the Beast, the Toyota Corolla that I previously owned, down to Hollywood to rough up some celebrities. And then I did see them, but I didn't want to get arrested, so I pretty much just pussied out of the whole event and did not fight said celebrities. But I got that tattoo as a reminder, do not go back to Hollywood, I told her. And I could tell she was very enamored with the conversation. She liked me a great deal. Don't get any ideas. She did not like me in a sexual way, I could sense. And maybe she looked upon me as a father figure. Maybe not. No, I'm not going to go that far. No. Still, listen. I got told in the mental ward by a patient that I look like a movie star. That's right. So maybe she just looked at me as a funny, quirky gentleman that had a lot of good shizzle to say during the interview that she conducted with me in the ward. And I got to be honest, I felt high for an hour afterwards. I felt the kind of surge of energy that an extrovert must feel when they communicate with their fellow human beings. So the Zyprexa, the Olanzapine, generic term for it, has opened up my mind and allowed me to be McHenry Cruiser with certain people in person, not everybody. I'm not a social butterfly out there chatting up a storm with the cashier at the grocery store, okay? That's not happening. It's mainly happening in my online streaming, and it happened at the mental ward with some people. And there's going to be still some people who say, no, you're a character, you're a fake character online, and that's not the real you. I've had friends of mine say this, multiple ones, so anybody watching this, don't get any weird ideas that I'm singling you out, because I'm not, because I've had multiple people, including people online, claim that I'm a character on my McHenry Cruiser channel. But this is, listen, when I film myself, when I document myself for the historical record, this is what it is. This is who I am, who I become. And it's not a character. I would say the me in person, talking to anybody, most people, I'd say that's the fucking character, the guy who doesn't talk, because my mind isn't open and awake when I'm talking. Hold on. Oh, I just passed wind. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, I feel like I'm myself. The comedic voice is back. The personality is back on the online streams that I conduct here on this platform. And I've been taken. I'm technically diagnosed. He subscribed 30 milligrams of the Olanzapine to me a night. 10 in the morning, 20 at night. But I've only been taking 10 because I've been stretching the medication because I haven't got any new medication yet. I only got a 15-day supply when I got out of the ward. And I'm almost done with it. So I've been taking 10. I got 20s, 8 pills. I was able to renew over the phone with Walgreens and get an additional 15-day supply of 20 milligrams. I don't know I don't know what's up with my doctor, why he hasn't sent in the 30 milligram request, but yeah. So I'll finish off the 10s, then I'll take the 20s, and then we'll go up to 30 if in fact my doctor will get a hold of Walgreens and put in the order for it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be on 20 milligrams a night, but that's fine. Because I've been on 10 the last few days and been rocking my head back and forth, surging with energy on the live streams and having a good time. So I gotta say, I recommend highly this med, and but it can put on weight for you. It put on weight for me in the ward, but I'm gonna chalk that up to a higher food intake. And yeah, I watch what you eat. I have one meal a day. I don't go overboard. I don't go over budget. I don't allow myself a nightly dessert. I have one cheat meal a day, or rather a week, where I indulge in anything I want. Pie, cake, ice cream, the Chinese buffet, the pizza buffet. Whatever it is that I want, I eat on that one day, but that's it. So I'm going to make sure I don't put on massive tons of weight on this med. That can happen, that I've seen on drugs.com, many a review of people saying you're gonna, and I already did, but I chalked it up to higher food intake. So yeah, it's getting rave reviews from me over 2 weeks now on this med, opening up my mind, feeling like an extrovert, and having a good time. So yeah, I'll see y'all later.